Today, online kids' content is more accessible than ever before. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It can normalise and even celebrate difference, or at least it tries to. And sometimes that change can be driven by the kids themselves.
Hello, I'm just finishing off a picture. Can you see what it is? Oh, hello.
A young presenter named Kerry Burnell was given her big break as one of the faces of CBeebies in 2009. I'm at the BBC studios in Salford to hear how she found herself at the centre of a media storm.
Come and meet friends and discover and do.
Finding out things that are magic and new.
Here on CBeebies you can learn through play.
So come and have fun every day.
Let's have a look. Oh, my God. It's got that same really kind of homely feel.
The colours and the shapes and big and bold.
It's joyful as well.
Does it bring back memories of your time here?
Yeah, I feel like I could just sit down and do some birthdays, to be honest.
Read some cards out and a story, and then maybe introduce the show.
Boing, boing. This is a happy little kangaroo. But
Kerry was a favourite with her young audience and became an important public figure, particularly for some living with a disability.
When you were growing up, did you feel represented?
No, I never saw anyone who even vaguely looked like me. When I was growing up, I loved my little arm. I was very comfortable with who I was. And looking back, you know, there was very little positive portrayal that was authentic. And I think that was why there was a really huge shocked and negative reaction, because people have never seen it before.
Some parents complain that a children's TV presenter is scaring their kids because she has only one arm.
Viewers' complaints that the very sight of them is frightening the kiddies.
Small number of parents are worried that their children might be scared when they watch her.
Kerry's presence on screen provoked a reaction from a small but vocal number of adult viewers. But she was ready for the fight.
I think this just highlights the kind of discrimination that disabled people face every day in every walk of life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Simply the fact that, you know, I'm on the telly has kind of brought this out.
Can I just ask, did you have any conversations behind the scenes in terms of the production teams or whatever about what to do about your arm? And was there ever a conversation where someone said,
what to
do you know,
do about
it might
Kerry's
be...
arm? What should we
No,
do?
I mean, it sounds terribly on PC.
Were you expecting that reaction?
If you grow up with a disability, you are aware of how society perceives you. This is people not being comfortable with disability, full stop, because you've not put enough of it on telly. So let's change that, shall we? Do any of you know what you'd like to be when you grow up?
Footballer.
A footballer.
Play lots of games.
That's what I get to do. So maybe you could be a children's TV presenter. Perhaps next time you're at the beach, being able to see yourself represented in a bright, sparkly, safe and nurturing and fun environment is just uplifting.
Fast forward 12 years and it's a different world.
Yeah. We're going through a disco world.
OK, here we go then.
George may be the first children's TV presenter with Down syndrome, but kids just love him for his dance moves.
Passing through Rockland.
Yes, George, you know
Copy my moves.
OK, here we go.
When I started working at CBeebies, no one has mentioned that I had Down syndrome, which is really, really good, because they just see me as George, and that's really, really important.
George is a role model for today's kids, but he's also been shaped by what's gone before.
It's a play bus.
One small spider with wriggly toes wriggled and danced up to my nose.
As part of preschool favourite Playbus, Dave Benson Phillips became the new face of a form of language aimed at people who struggled to communicate through speech.
They said, right, you're going to learn Makaton.
So Makaton is a sort of form of sign language.
Yeah, so this lady called Margaret Walker invented Makaton. She had this amazing bunch of people who were helping me to learn signs for poems.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
I didn't realise, and I don't think they did either, how big this thing was going to become. You had children with special needs who'd watch the show, nurseries and playgroups, and they would all be looking for this bit, this poem, this rhyme.
Pet animals.
Makaton would become a central part of communicating for one of kids' TV's biggest stars, Mr. Tumble.
What's that, Mr. Tumble?
Tortoise.
Taught in nurseries across the UK, there are now over 100,000 users whose communication has been massively helped. One of those Makaton users was George Webster.
I was inspired by Mr. Tumble because he's my hero when I was growing up.
Soup.
I used Makaton before I spoke with words. And my favourite word was more food. It's really, really important for children to have role models. And it's really important for to have a role model who looks different, because different is good.